Hey guys, welcome back. It's Alex or Crashes Clay as you guys call me now. Today I have some breaking news. This is extremely bullish, but a case study that just recently came out. So let me actually read it to you. It says, according to research and on-chain analysis, 99% of people in crypto are fucking retards, overcomplicate things, and have no clue what they're doing. So watch Crash Trading. Watch Crashes Clay. Watch Alex to find out the truth. So stick through with me in this video. You're going to find out exactly what's next for Bitcoin, what I'm seeing, and where and when do I get bullish. Let's get into it. All right, so as research shows us, 99% of people overcomplicate things and have no idea what they're doing. So what do you need to know? What is the truth? Well, right, so everyone wants to hear a story. They want to hear about how the inflation is so horrible and how that's so bullish for Bitcoin. They want to hear, any fairy tale you can give them. Tell them this is bullish and they'll be happy. Right? And that's what's jacked up. That's what's really honestly messed up about this market. And so we're down 32% from the peak of 69K, right? We're down 32%. We were down as much as 40%. And we're still saying this is bullish. Really, guys? That's disappointing because at the end of the day, it is not, and I'm about to show you where to get bullish. So, like I said, let's not overcomplicate things. Let's actually be good at this instead of being dumb at this. So, we had this correction right here. And where did we get bullish? When we broke this trend line. So what am I looking at right now? Well, I'm looking at whenever we can break this trend line. And so what do you actually notice? If you pay attention to the finer and little details here, you're going to see that it's actually very, very similar, right? And so to those of you who haven't been paying attention to the chart very much, look at this. So you have the dump, curl up around these EMAs before the next dump, right? So dump, curl up around these EMAs before the next dump. Right, so that part is very similar, not identical, but once again very similar. So pay attention to this part right here, right? So here's this massive dump, here's this massive dump. What do you notice? You pop up out of there and test the blue line, pop up out of there and test the blue line, dump, dump. Look at this, you pop up one more time, pop up one more time, dump, dump, okay? And right here is actually right here, right? If we're comparing this example to this example, since they're very similar in these two corrections, right? So you're actually going to notice right here is when everybody in the world, including myself, thought that Bitcoin was going to absolutely dump off right here, and it didn't. It just proved everyone wrong, and it did exactly the opposite of what was expected, right? So when everyone thought Bitcoin was about to dump below 40K, it was over right here. That's exactly when it set the bottom and reversed, flipped this trend line, right? And when I say this trend line, I'm talking about this trend line, and that was that. The correction was over, and it flew on up and out of there. And so right now, you got to understand, you have zero bullish signs, zero bullish confirmations, and on top of that, you've broken through ascending trend, ascending support right here, and you have descending resistance. So that's how you know guaranteed 100% you can confirm this is extremely bearish for now. But that's the thing about crypto, is it could be extremely bearish one day, and within literally a matter of 1 to 2 days, that can flip so fast and the thing would just not stop going up, right? So when it seems like it can only keep going down, right? When people get discouraged, when people think, oh, fuck, looks like I'm going to have to wait 3 years, right? A lot of times that's when it'll flip up and out of there. And so that's what you're looking for, right? That's your major signal and confirmation right now, is when and if we can break this red line, this downtrending resistance, just like this correction right here, right? On top of that, you're really going to want to break back above this trend of support as well. And so until this happens, guys, until at least we can break this red trend of resistance, right, there's no reason to be overly bullish unless obviously you're a long-term investor and holder who just doesn't care, because we all know that crypto is the future. It's inevitable, right? Like 100K Bitcoin, if you're watching this video, I think 99% of us, we believe it's inevitable, right? So it's not a matter of, where the destination is. We all know where the destination is, but it's a matter of, in the short term, are we going there, right? Are we going to make our way up there, or are we going to continue to be bearish? And so that's as easy as it is, guys. Until you break this red line, There's nothing bullish about this. So everyone's going to try to tell you it's extremely bullish. It's not. And everyone's going to give you overcomplicated stories. They're going to tell you this is the reason it's going to change. Okay, but until it changes, it doesn't change. Right? Like, keep it simple. All right? And instead of trying to come up with stories, just focus on the charts. When we flip this red line, that's when I'm going to actually consider getting bullish. Because right now you've got a nasty rate of change to the downside, and so that's actually a good thing, right? Because when you have look at the slope of this line, right? So if this slope is going to continue, we're going to see, right? So let's just extend this trend line down right here, right? That means that by February, the end of February, we would see a 17K Bitcoin, which is very unlikely, right? So you got to understand that this extremely high rate of change to the downside is unlikely to sustain itself. And so while everyone's actually discouraged about the high rate of change to the downside, that's actually the benefit, because with such a high rate of change, well, the market's unlikely to sustain that high rate of change, and that's exactly why it's likely to flip back up and out of there at some point. But it's a matter of waiting, being patient, and not making stories until it happens, right? Don't make stories. Just be simple. Be right. Be good, right? There's a reason people come back to this channel is because we call the dump on this candle right here. Boom. We call the dump the day before the El Salvador, went official with Bitcoin. And so guess what? Did I call this dump right here because of El Salvador? Because I had no idea that El Salvador was going official the next day with Bitcoin. And guess what? How did I call this dump? It was the charts, not the story, right? And so everyone says, oh, it dumped because of El Salvador. I say I called it before the El Salvador dump, right? On that candle right there. And then obviously I shorted the exact top at 69K in Bitcoin. I made $32,000 that day shorting Bitcoin. I post that live on Twitter here, November 11th, right? So let's go back. What was the top in Bitcoin? Right here, November 11th was the literal top in Bitcoin. What do you see here? November 11th, I closed my Bitcoin short out for a 32.7K profit. And I even said, look, I still think it's way more likely we dip some more from here, but I'm sick of trading. That was a long trade. I held that trade for like 2 days. I was exhausted, and I got out a little very early. I mean, obviously, if I held a short from the literal top down to here, that would be over $300,000, $400,000 profit, right? But obviously, I didn't do that. But the point is, look, we called the dump on that candle, shorted the literal top, and called the dump to 47K on this candle right here. All those are posted on YouTube. You can go back and watch them on those exact dates, on the exact candles I've shown you. But guys, that's as simple as it is, and it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. So while everyone tries to give these hot takes, while everyone tries to stir controversy, come up with a story, what's the next big news catalyst that's going to change it all, if you just shut up, watch the charts, wait for your confirmation, that's all you need to do. So that's where I'm looking to get bullish, is when we can cross that red line. Until then, you remain bearish because you have zero bullish signs and zero bullish confirmations. Now, what I will say is, like I said, right? Remember here, when it looks so bearish and it looks so obvious that we're going to go lower? Well, we're in that same phase right now where it does look so bearish and so obvious that we're going to go lower. And so that's exactly when crypto can surprise you. And right when you're discouraged and you think it's just going to go lower, boom, it can surprise you, come back up, flip these two EMAs, right? And when it flips these two EMAs, it's also going to coincide with flipping this red line. And that, like I said, is where we want to get bullish, in my opinion, right? So right here, look, you had these two EMAs of resistance, this downtrend, right? And so let's actually go check on this, right? So you have this downtrend right here, right? So what do? You flip the two EMAs and the downtrend pop up out of there, right? So same thing here. You flip both EMAs and the downtrend, and that's going to be looking really, really bullish, really, really good, right? So guys, that's the plan there. And that's how you keep it simple without overcomplicating it. So you remain bearish as long as we're below this trend line, and you get bullish, or you start to look bullish as we get above it. On top of that, what you should know, like I've said so many times on this channel, is when you find a bottom, you fly out of there. For example, 29K, we found a bottom. What do you notice? We fly out of there, and we don't stop flying out of there. Look, 42K. We found the bottom, we fly out of there, and we do not stop flying out of there, because when the market identifies a bottom, when participants have decided and agreed that it's the bottom, Who doesn't want to buy near the bottom, right? And that's why you see prices soar coming out of bottoms. And so when you start to see prices soar and not only obviously break these two EMAs that we've talked about right here, but also flip that trend of resistance, that's your signal, and that's when you know it's go time. So guys, until then, obviously nothing bullish here. And so, I'll tell it how it is and break it down in the easiest way possible. So as the market stands today, we are on our way to 42K. Okay, not trying to rhyme there, but I mean, just ended up rhyming. But that's the thing. When it's so obvious and it looks like it's inevitable, be careful because things can flip at an instant. And that's where this is the key. Don't be stubborn, right? All these permabulls who have been stubborn and they've just sat through this 30-40% dump, right? They just got wrecked, right? And so would you rather be right and not get wrecked, or would you rather be stubborn and get wrecked, right? So right now, what do? You remain bearish, but you change when it tells you to change. So I've shown you when to change back bullish. So like I said, it should continue to 42K, but if we get the confirmations and the signals that would lead us to be bullish, boom, that's when we change and we get bullish, right? So go both ways. That's the best way to do it, guys. All right. While everyone's losing money because everything's dropping, we've been making money shorting it, right? I mean, guys, who else shorted the literal top on Bitcoin? Right here on November 10th and 11th, right? So who shorted Ethereum the day after that, right? Look at this, shorted Ethereum for 21K profit right there the day after on November 12th. Oh wait, who shorted on November 12th Ethereum right there? Oh, who posted the live trading video for that on November 12th, right? Oh, right here. Who shorted the top in Ethereum? Oh. So guys, you think I'm bearish? You think I'm bearish? Yeah, I'm bearish right now. But I mean, look, we just had a long on Luna like 4 days ago. You can go back on, I mean, like so many cool things you can check out here if you follow me on Twitter. Look at this. We're just super bullish on Luna here recently and called this pump right here up to 74 bucks. I mean, and then guess what? So we got bullish on Luna and then we shorted the hell out of Luna, right? So look at this. Long Luna, December 8th, right? Me and all my members made a lot of money. You can see here. So we long Luna December 8th, right? And then what do you notice? If you go like 3 days later after December 8th, what do we do, guys? We short the fuck out of Luna. Good looking short on Luna today. And what do you do? What do you do? Guys, you go both ways because that's the best way. Is be right, not wrong. Don't be stubborn, all right? Just make money, all right? That's what it comes down to. Luna crash nailed, We nailed that dump. And so what do? We go from being long on December 8th to shorting Luna on, what is this, December 11th. So we were long 3 days before. 3 days later, we're short. Guys, that's the way to do it. So you can join my program at crashtrading.com where I show you exactly when to enter, exactly when to exit. So you can jump in these trades with us real time here, just like I show you guys on Twitter. And guys, I keep it real here on this channel. So if you enjoy it, this is your first time watching, I advise you to follow me on Twitter and subscribe to this channel if you want more, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you, and that's what I'm looking out for. That's where I get bullish, and that's why I remain bearish until I get those signs. All right, guys, take care, drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one.